The newest addition to the Basscat STS family is here. Introducing the Caracal STS, showcasing aggressive styling, paired with enhanced performance and a continued dedication to raising the bar. Measuring in at 20 feet 2 inches with an ultra-wide 96-inch beam and rated for a 250 to 300 horsepower engine, the Caracal STS boasts agility and speed and is finished with premium features to satisfy any angler. Basscat Boats. Feel the rush.
Tackle Warehouse has been the premier online tackle shop since 2003, with a huge selection of not only the latest and greatest from the biggest brands, but the hard-to-find regional specialties as well. Tackle Warehouse. Click, save, fish.
The news continues.
Right now, news moves fast, unlike anything we've seen before. So we have to be ready.
Ready to get it to you when it happens and with the smart context you need.
Dish customers can stream us live anytime, anywhere. With the Dish Anywhere app and the Fox News app, we're there.
With real news and real honest opinion, and it's all included in your Dish service, so you don't miss a moment.
With the Dish Anywhere app or the Fox News app, you can watch live breaking news anytime, anywhere.
Randall and I want to talk to you real quick about choosing the right electronics mount for your bass boat.
And we know the quality and effort that Van Foster has put into this company.
So what you get is a custom fitted mount, not some mass produced universal mount for every bass boat out there.
Seat pedestal plugs, tool holders, steering wheel spacers, and battery trays are all made with the same attention to detail that Bass Boat Technologies is known for. Check them out at bassboattech.com. You'll be glad you did.
It's a sure bet. You'll get lucky at Gold Country Casino Resort, where players are treated and winners are made. Getting lucky is the only thing on the menu. And nightlife, it's more than entertaining. After you've won, sharing your luck has never been more comfortable. Bet you'll get lucky at Gold Country Casino Resort.
Hi, this is Josh McMurray. I'm the city manager for the city of Oakley. We're located on the Delta. We have a beautiful shoreline, and we really want to promote the city as the gateway to the Delta and showcase everything that we have to offer. We have a beautiful downtown that's expanding, brand new restaurants. What we're trying to do is build that brand to make sure that people know that you can come to Oakley and you can do everything that you want associated with the Delta, and you can still stay here, eat here, and have a good time in a very family-friendly and safe environment.
It's the moment when everything is on the line and precision, power, and control make all the difference. A moment over 20 years in the making, anchored on loyalty, trust, and support that goes beyond all expectations. A relentless pursuit of perfection. All born from a revolutionary idea to help you rule the water. Power Pole.
Bass Angler Magazine brings you more. If you want to learn the latest techniques, win your next bass tournament, or simply catch more bass, then Bass Angler Magazine is for you. From California to Florida, finesse to frogging, Bass Angler Magazine is jam-packed with how-to information from the world's best pros. Published every season, Bass Angler Magazine is crammed with fresh new articles designed to help anglers of all levels learn more and catch more bass. Sign up at bassanglermag.com today. Bass Angler is also available at Tackle Warehouse, Bass Pro, Cabela's, or for your mobile device at the Apple newsstand.
Competitive anglers powered by Mercury ProXS outboards have won more bass fishing tournaments than all other brands combined. With lightning-quick acceleration, legendary reliability, and lightweight design, ProXS has everything you need to travel farther, faster, and harder.
All right, welcome in everybody. It is day 2 at the Bass Boat Technology BAM Trail, brought to you by Tackle Warehouse, and a special thanks to Anderson Toyota at this event. Mark is off to my left here. That means I've got a Weighmaster. I look to my right. I've got some anglers coming in. It's about time to kick this thing off on you know what day it is, cut day, right? Now, today was a little different. Only 4 hours. That meant that they could only go out there, and they had to pick one. Do I go for weight? Do I go for numbers? We're going to find out soon. But we'll talk a little bit about what happened out there, how this wind. Right now, the wind's not blowing too bad, Mark. You know, if you want to grab the mic right there so everybody can hear you out there, you know, the wind's not blowing too bad right now, but we've been told by the Park Service that it is going to blow somewhere in that 25 to 40 mile per hour range today. That's not safe to be on the water, right?
It's not safe. So it's supposed to start blowing around noon. That's why we had everybody get off the water at 11. 11 is the last flight coming in.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what. I want to say this right now. They did not have to give us any time on the water today or tomorrow. Tomorrow was supposed to be the same thing. We're only going to have a 4-hour day. They did not have to do that for us. So we do give them a big thank you for allowing us to at least let these gentlemen go out there and fish and try to win. I mean, we're giving away $150,000 total, $50,000 to first place. Mark, this is a big event. I think they grasped that concept as well, and they allowed us to come out here for 4 hours. Got to say thanks. You know, we appreciate that.
Thanks, everybody but Ostrander is saying thanks. You know, I think Christian's like, well, if they cancel 2 days, I wouldn't be mad about it. You know,
but hey, you got to go out and make that work.
We are thankful. You know, to have a 1 day derby, you know, for a $50,000 first place would have been rough.
It would have been anticlimactic a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, because we didn't have the hot seat or anything. So now it looks like we have today, which was short. You know, I mean, these guys had to scramble.
Half a day. I mean, it's 4 hours instead of 8.
Yeah. So, but these guys are scrambling. When you have a full day and you're weighing in at 2:30, 3 o'clock,
right.
You have a whole different mindset. You're weighing in at 10. That's before lunchtime.
Right.
So these guys are scrambling. You know, I mean, especially the guys that are running a long ways. They're probably scrambling. The wind is blowing a little bit out there. So if you're in a bowl, the water's, you know, it's not huge, but it's a little bit rough.
Yeah. It's getting out there. It's getting into a stage where it's going to be a little dangerous today, later on in the day. But again, I mean, they're called professionals for a reason, right? They have to go out there, and if that's all they get is 4 hours, and that's all they get. They have to change everything up. We'll find out who made the right adjustments. I mean, Christian's sitting here with 2149, 16 keepers. He did good on both sides, you know. 24, Randy Pearson went out there and said, I'm going to get numbers, and he did that. 24 keepers yesterday, big number. Now today, you know, you were out there watching some of these guys. You're checking on all the boats. What was actually going on out there? Did you see good numbers today? Did you see low numbers? What were you seeing?
I saw low numbers. There's a couple of guys that caught a few. Alex Klein caught a few.
Okay.
Who else did I see catch a few? Rob Reel caught a few.
Okay.
So, you know, we saw a few. Got a few fish catches out there. But definitely way slower than yesterday. Everybody that pulled on yesterday in the morning had a limit. So today it was like, well, I got 2, I got 3. You know, one guy had 12, one guy had like 7 or 8.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, you can watch Tourney X and see what they're doing out there. Of course, everything working good with Tourney X, right? Nothing was.
Well, the problem with Tourney X is it's an app and it's based upon a cell signal. So when you get out here in the lake, the cell signal is iffy. So you may or may not be able to submit a fish. And, you know, these guys are going to tell us how many fish they have when they come in, so we're going to be able to see it on a leaderboard. But on Tourney X, we may not have figured out, we may not know what they have rolling forward throughout the day.
Yeah, there was a couple guys came in yesterday standing at the tanks, and they had to finish off putting in their fish at that point because there's no service. A lot of it. So I mean, we give them our Starlink pass where they come in and they can finish up and putting up. But they're telling us here, so we're hoping that they're pretty close on what this is, and then we verify it and check it out on our screen here.
Right.
But when they come in, so I don't know. It should be a very interesting tournament. We're going to see who is the. I guess this is a challenge because they're professional anglers and they have to adjust to what's going on. who made the most adjustments, who made the best adjustments, and who's going to make it past cut day, because that's the biggest deal today. So that even with 4 hours, we're still cutting them down to 10.
I mean, you look at Christian. So Christian, if Christian wants to make it, he's probably going to have to catch 10 keepers.
Right.
Looks like 17 keepers would make it. He had 16, so if he catches 11, 12, he'll probably be all right. Randy needs to probably just catch a couple, and I was way off on the weight yesterday. I'm thinking 14 pounds was pretty good. But these guys are all
there was over 9 people. 9 anglers brought over 20 pounds in. And there was some that were right there. I mean, there was a 19s. There was a 1928, a 1940. I mean, there was some weights right there at close to 20. Definitely a little bit more than what you thought it was going to be. 6 pounds off, but that's all right. You're just a bass fisherman guy. You don't know everything.
I didn't see all the fish. So I wasn't around those guys catching big ones, so apparently.
Exactly. So yeah, and our big one today, or our big one is I think this thing died on.
Uh-oh. Well, you can use this one.
See how long it'll last. That one work? Okay. So it came back on. So Tony Franceschi, he drops 541 on the scale. That's a big fish right now. That's a good one for what's out there. That's a big smallmouth. It was a big smallmouth. Here, let me see that. So it was a big smallmouth, and we'll, but we'll see who comes in today. We only have, this is the last day of big fish, and we'll see if 541 can be beat, right?
Yeah, and we got to do some other things today. So we're giving away a $500 Tackle Warehouse gift card and a $100 gift card for Black Bear Diner. So you're going to eat good, and you're going to buy a bunch of tackle.
I was going to say, that's one of the ones that we didn't talk about yesterday as much. On me on that one. Black Bear Diner came on, and they are one of our new sponsors.
Yeah, Black Bear is one of our newest sponsor. A great company, great people. They really support the fishing industry, and they have good food, big portions, and the price is reasonable. So they got a place right here in Bullhead City. Some of our guys went out there and ate during this event.
Yeah, it was. It's right down the street over here. It looked like everything was good. So, well, what do you think, Mark? Yep. So I'm looking over here to the right, and I think we'll pay some bills, and then we'll go ahead and start weighing some fish. Everybody out here ready? Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming out, everybody. We really appreciate it. And when we come back, we're going to kick this thing off on cut day.
Bass Angler Magazine brings you more. If you want to learn the latest techniques, win your next bass tournament, or simply catch more bass, then Bass Angler Magazine is for you. From California to Florida, finesse to frogging, Bass Angler Magazine is jam-packed with how-to information from the world's best pros. Published every season, Bass Angler Magazine is crammed with fresh new articles designed to help anglers of all levels learn more and catch more bass. Sign up at bassanglermag.com today. Bass Angler is also available at Tackle Warehouse, Bass Pro, Cabela's, or for your mobile device at the Apple newsstand.
The newest addition to the Basscat STS family is here. Introducing the Caracal STS, showcasing aggressive styling paired with enhanced performance and a continued dedication to raising the bar. Measuring in at 20 feet 2 inches with an ultra-wide 96-inch beam and rated for a 250 to 300 horsepower engine, the Caracal STS boasts agility and speed and is finished with premium features to satisfy any angler. Basscat boats. Feel the rush.
Randall and I want to talk to you real quick about choosing the right electronics mount for your bass boat.
And we know the quality and effort that Van Foster has put into this company.
So what you get is a custom fitted mount, not some mass produced universal mount for every bass boat out there.
Seat pedestal plugs, tool holders, steering wheel spacers, and battery trays are all made with the same attention to detail that Bass Boat Technologies is known for. Check them out at bassboattech.com. You'll be glad you did.
Tackle Warehouse has been the premier online tackle shop since 2003, with a huge selection of not only the latest and greatest from the biggest brands, but the hard-to-find regional specialties as well. Tackle Warehouse. Click, save, fish.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Bass Boat Technology BAM Trail, brought to you by Tackle Warehouse. And, of course, a special thank you to Anderson Toyota right here in the beautiful state of Arizona. We are in Lake Mohave, or at Lake Mohave, Catherine Landing. It is a beautiful day today. The wind's just going a little bit. It hasn't gotten – okay, in Arizona, this isn't hot. I get it. I've heard it all weekend long. This isn't hot yet. Don't worry about this. It'll get warmer. I'm okay with it just being right here, you know? But we've got some anglers over here to my right that want to come up and weigh some fish. So I think we should do that, Marky. What do you think? You ready to weigh some fish? You got your scales going? Everything good? All right. This man had a heck of a day on Don Pedro, and now he's making sure he comes up early. So Sacramento, California, send us up Mr. Jason Bradshaw, everybody. All right, guys. Now, it says you need 313. It says you had 16 keepers. You brought 5 of them in. You're going to weigh them up. 13. No, it says you need 313. You put up 1941. Great bag, man. He's got a good sack of fish right there. Everybody is seeming to go over what Mark was thinking. He was thinking 14 pounds, and they're bringing up any big fish in there you want to weigh? What do you think right now, man? That's Bradshaw. That puts you in first currently. You are the new leader as of right now. Stop the market. Let's just close it all down, right?
Yeah, shut it down.
All right, man. 37-21, 16 keepers. What are you thinking for tomorrow?
I don't know. I don't think I'm going to make it, actually. I'm just hoping that's good enough for a check right there.
You want to say something to anybody?
I'd like to say happy birthday to my daughter tomorrow. My son was 3 days ago, so they're a year and 4 days apart. So happy birthday.
All right, so if you make it back tomorrow, we're going to stand right here and you got to sing.
I will.
That's absolutely, I'm going to make you.
100% I will.
All right. Thank you very much, Jason. Hopefully we see you tomorrow. All right, our next angler, all the way from Bakersfield, California. Let's bring up Mr. Kenneth Cleveland. All right, Ken, now let's see. You have 1635 yesterday, 12 keepers today, 463 is what we're looking for. You just did that. Is that 5 fish, or is that 1 fish? 2 fish, went 486. Man, you pushed that right to the limit right there. You said, you know what? I only need 483, and I just brought in that 486. Now 21-21, 12 keepers today. That means you had how many overall? 12. Oh, that's it. That's 12 total. Yes. Wow. I think you might want to say something to somebody.
Yeah, I rode this suck bus today, that's for sure. But it was cool. I got to have my dad with me as a spectator, so I appreciate you guys for allowing that. I got to thank everybody that helps me get along. Grecian Pools, Cali Custom Pools, 5-1 Trucking, Copes Tackle and Rod. Everybody else that helps. My wife at home taking care of the girls, so I'll be home tonight. Thanks for my family to come out and watch, and we'll see you guys at the Columbia.
All right, man. We'll see you up there. Good job out there. We have another Bakersfield, California angler out of Mason Maccabee. Come on up here. Mason, all right, man. 18-20 yesterday, 16 keepers total. We're looking at 18-18. Good bag of fish right there. Got anything big in there you want to weigh? Hold some up and let's get some pictures and show them off to everybody. That puts you in 3rd place overall for weight right now. Well, you're in on weight. That's some beautiful smallmouth. All right, 36-38. 36-38. There's a few more people coming in. You're in 3rd right now. You want to say anything to anybody in case you don't make it tomorrow?
Yeah, thanks to all my sponsors. Stel 6 Rods caught every fish this week on a Stel 6 Kenny Pete, and thank you to my mom for letting us miss Mother's Day for the next week and a half. So we'll see you when we get home.
All right, man. Well, great job out there, and hopefully we see you tomorrow. But if not, we'll see you at the next one. All right, all the way down from Chester, California, let's bring up Mr. Mark Pilgrim. Mark, come on up, man. They got loud and rowdy for you. That's what we like to hear. Okay, now, Mark. 1657 yesterday, 24 keepers total. You need 454. 1689, good bag of fish. Hold up a couple of those fish. Let's get some pictures. Do you want to weigh a big one at all? All right. You don't have that 560 in there?
No, I don't.
Somebody get this man a rod. He can't catch him without it. All right, Mark. Great job. We're going to put those fish down there for a second. Now, you're sitting currently in second place, 33-46, 24 keepers. What are you feeling for tomorrow?
Feeling okay. It was funny because yesterday I was shooting for weight and I ended up with keepers. Today I knew I needed keepers and got a little more weight. So it's kind of funny, you know, you have a game plan. I ran about an hour. I wasted an hour today. I went all the way up north. That was probably a mistake because I came back down here and caught everything right here. So
let me ask you one question. Do you have a Black Bear Diner in Chester?
We don't in Chester, but we do pretty close.
Good, because you won this right here, this $100 gift card from Black Bear Diner, man. If nothing else, you get to go home with $100 in food to put in that belly right there. But Mark, say something to anybody at home just in case.
Yeah, I got to thank all my sponsors, you know, Arch Oil Shields, Big Bite Baits. Every single fish that I caught was either on a spider jig or I caught a lot of bedfish on a tube, my famous tube. I was throwing that thing on the Big Bite pendulum head, and I'm telling you that pendulum head makes a world of difference. You don't lose any fish. That thing spins around. You don't have to worry about your line breaking or fraying or twisting up. It's awesome. I got to say one other thing. California Customs in Redding, got my boat fixed the day before I came down here, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. So,
all right, man. We hope we see you tomorrow, but if not, we'll see you at the Columbia. All right, our next entry coming out of Vacaville, California. Let's bring him up here, Mr. Billy Hume. Come on up here, Billy. All right, man. Welcome back up to the stage. Day 2 cut day, man. How you feeling right now? You had 1608, 1583 total right now. You did 528. You dropped 5 fish on the scale. They go 1148. Good job. Throw them down there. Take some pictures with those fish. How many did you have in there, Billy? He had his 5. Okay. You have 10 keepers total. You're sitting 27-31, 5th place overall right now. I'm not saying that you're going home. I won't say that because it's not nice to say. But if you want to thank any of your sponsors out there, you might want to do it now.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Maritech for helping me out along this journey. This is our first time here at this lake. It was a really fun time. First time on the water, tried to make some adjustments. It was tough out there for me.
All right, what'd you catch him on?
Caught him on a ballhead jig with a 3.8 Kitech and a spider jig.
All right, man. It's sitting right now in 5th place. 10 keepers, 27. Billy, thanks for fishing with us, and we'll probably see you to the Columbia. All right, El Dorado Hills, California is going to send us up Mr. Jim Vretzos. Jim, welcome back up to the stage, man. 13 keepers total is what you got. 1508 yesterday. You need some, let's see, it says you need 614 right now. You had 1561. Way to back it up, man. Go a little bit bigger than yesterday. Hold up a couple of those fish. Let's get some pictures. That 541 that Tony Franceschi dropped is going to be that's going to be a hard one to do, but he's got a couple really good fish right there, man. Jim, you have fished solid for two days now. That's pretty awesome, dude. You come all the way down to the desert. You're used to being up there in Sacramento and Folsom, so that's a little desert up there, right, too? So you're kind of used to fishing this water. How was it out there for you, and, what are you feeling right now? I mean, you're sitting in 5th place. You just took over Billy's spot.
It was tougher. It was tougher yesterday because I had to go out there and figure it out and, throw different baits, etc. I kind of figured it out a little bit later in the day. However, today it blew through a little bit more reaction, threw a Cinco around and just picked off 5 decent fish. So, yeah, I'm happy with it. Got a limit.
All right, now yesterday we went out to dinner. And Mark was talking about he really likes this whole 4-day event thing, or 4-hour event thing. He's okay with it. It makes it great. It's easy for him to work. What do you think? You guys want to do 4 hours from now on?
No, absolutely not. But actually, I had my limit I had 5 fish by 8 o'clock today. So yesterday it was 1 o'clock. So it played out good, better than yesterday.
All right, man. Well, I'll tell you what. You're sitting in 5th. There's a chance you're here tomorrow. It's not a good chance, but it's a chance, man. Right. So you want to say anything to any sponsors real quick? Take that from him before he goes berserk. Could be a check, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to thank my wife and family, my wife and girls, and my granddaughter, actually, too. But Last Chance Marine, I had some trailer issues, and I actually got my boat from there. But on the way down, I dropped it off there. They took care of it and made it out here, so we're good to go.
All right, man. Thanks for fishing with us. We really appreciate it. Always love having you up here, Jim.
Thank you.
All right. All the way from Kennewick, Washington, let's bring out Mr. Ronald Mace. Ronald, come on up here, man. Now, Ron, it tells me that you need 363. You have 16 keepers total. We're going to put those on that scale. 363? No. 1856. Good weight, man. All right, he's going to hold up a couple of those fish. Get some good pictures. Show them off to the crowd, everybody. All right, he's out there. They went out there. In 4 hours, they put up 18 pounds. Ron, what the heck happened right there?
The wind didn't blow. I ran all the way to the other end of the lake, and it was flat calm. You could see the fish, and they reacted really well because you couldn't do it yesterday.
Sounds like you had a good plan for today. Go out and catch fish, right?
That's exactly right.
What'd you end up catching them on?
I caught them on a Cinco and a tube, but you'd have to kind of use a spinnerbait to catch them, to get them to bite, come up, and then you flick your tube out there and you can get them to bite. So you're using your spinnerbait as a locator, basically.
All right, now, Ron, that puts you in third place overall. That gives you 36.43. You going to be here tomorrow?
I doubt it. There's some really good fishermen going.
You're a really good fisherman. You can stand here and say that, man. You're in third place right now. If we closed it, you're there. You want to say anything to anybody at home and all your supporters?
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you to my wife, Amy Mace with the Sotheby Real Estate. Divine Wraps, he's the one that wrapped my boat. They did a great job. I mean, coming up with a boat wrap is hard when you're not real creative like I am. So he came up with the graphics, and he went the extra mile for me, and I really appreciate that they do that. So if anybody needs a trailer wrapped or sign done, Divine is the way to go.
All right, man. Great job. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. All right, our next angler coming out of Anderson, California. Let's bring him up, Mr. Scott Stanfield. Come on up here, Scott. Now, welcome back up to the stage. Good to see you, as always. It says you need 1835. We got to change that color. 1835. You had 6 keepers. 638. You're not going to quite make that, man. Mark got to watch Scott fish for a while, so he knows exactly which ones he caught. I love that. Which ones? I know. There was 2. All right, Scott. Now, I hate to be that guy, but you want to thank anybody at home because you're going to be heading that way, man.
Yeah, I thank my wife, Amanda, and my daughter, Tessa, for holding down the fort, and I'll be home tomorrow evening looking for dinner.
All right, man. I want to give you a congratulations on finding a wild donkey. Good job out there, man. I will see you at the next one. All right. Puyallup, Washington's going to send us Mr. Rich Kraft. Come on up here, Rich. All right, Rich. Now you got it close, good, bad? Nah, bad. All right. 1173 is what he needs. 474 is what he's got. 15 keepers overall. You're going to be on there. Hold up a couple fish real quick. I only have a couple. Hold up all your bag, man. There you go. All right, let's talk about it for just a second. How'd you catch them? And, we'll thank everybody at home.
So yesterday I got in a really good spinnerbait bite. I caught majority of those 13 yesterday. So I threw it today until my shoulder was on fire, about 3 hours. Didn't pan out, didn't even get one bite on it. So switched it up, started throwing drop shot into some tulies, caught those 2 largemouth. And that's all she wrote for this one. I want to say happy birthday to my wife. She said I can't mention her ever on stage. So happy birthday to her. It was Thursday on my drive down here. So I'll make it up to you somehow. And then I'm 2,600 miles round trip from my house. So I really want to thank Toyota Puyallup, put me in a Toyota Tundra. The truck's amazing towing. And then everybody else that supports me, Nixon's Marine, Mercury. Let's see, I'll look at my shirt, but Yamamoto.
Right, do it all the time.
Yeah, boat trip, live fishing, everybody. Thank you very much, and looking forward to you guys coming up to Potholes.
What did you say your wife's name was?
Heather.
What was it?
Heather.
What was that?
Heather.
That's right. She meant you got your name mentioned on stage. That's what I will do right there. All right, man. Good job. We'll see you at Columbia. All right, Paso Robles, California, Mr. Kyle Goldstein. Come on up here, Kyle. Now, Kyle, it was short day. You had 888 yesterday. You need 1844 today. We're going to look at that scale. It's going to say 614. 614. 5 fish is all you could get, man. Hold up one of those fish. If there's, I don't know how many's in there. He had 2 keepers today. Nice largemouth right there. If he had 3 more of those, he'd have been a lot happier. All right, man. Come on over here. Let's talk about what you did out there today. Look, get over just a little bit. We got to look at you right in that camera, man. Tell them how you did it, and thank everybody that helped and support you.
Well, I wouldn't really take any tips from me. You know, I had 3 fish yesterday and 2 today. So, but I caught all mine on a swim jig, up shallow in the Tulies.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's people sitting at home right now that didn't get to come out fishing this weekend at all. You went out and caught 5 fish. That's what they want to hear, is how they can come out here and catch 5 fish.
Yeah. Swim jig if you want to get 5 bites in 2 days.
All right, man. You want to thank anybody at home, or did you?
Yeah, well, I got my whole family here, so I want to thank them for coming.
All right, man. Thank you very much, and we'll see you up the next one. All right, Yuba City, California is going to send us up Mr. Aaron Britt. Aaron, come on up here. 29 keepers, man. That's good. That's a good deal right there. Put you in second overall right now. You got 1691. You're looking to have over, what does it say, 1041 on that scale. Waiting to see if Mark's going to settle it down. He's going to set them in there. How many you got in there? You got 5? His 5 fish go 1546. Good bag of fish, man. Hold up a couple of them. Let's show them off to the crowd. Get some pictures of them. That puts Aaron in second place overall. He's got 29 keepers, 32-37 in weight. 2 solid bags right there, keepers and weight. So, man, it's not bad. 32-37, 29 keepers overall. Which one did you focus on today?
I focus on keepers. I mean, these events, in my opinion, I feel like is the easiest way to get to the final day. At a place like this, you can catch a big bag fishing for keepers, but I'm just trying to get bit, and that's exactly what happened. The first 4 fish I hooked this morning had no hook on there. The point of the hook was completely gone. It's like someone cut it off, so I don't know how that happened. But, yeah, name of the game for me is catch keepers and get to the final day. We'll make adjustments and swing for 20-plus pounds.
20-plus pounds tomorrow. What are you thinking tomorrow that you're going to need to win this whole thing? Take home $50,000. Could you use that money at all?
You can always use $50K. If I make tomorrow, I think it's going to take, the wind blowing. I think the wind's going to help Lake like this. I would say over 19. I'd say a little over 20 pounds probably to win, and that's what I plan on doing if I make it.
It's only a 4-hour tournament tomorrow. Is that going to change your game at all?
Someone's going to catch 20 pounds tomorrow, I promise you.
All right, man. Aaron, we'll probably see you tomorrow. All right, Bakersfield, California. Let's send out Mr. Randy Maccabee. Come on up here, Randy. All right, man. You have 1839. You need only 893 right there. You got 17 keepers. You got 5 in that bag? He's got 5 in that bag. Good bag. Gonna make that easy. 1745. That's what we're looking at. Reach in that bag. Hold up a couple fish. You got one over 5.5 in there? All right, Randy. Good job. Great fish. Now, that puts you currently in 7th place, 35-84, 17 keepers. What are you thinking for tomorrow? Anything? You going to be here?
I'm just trying to get Roy Hawk in my boat. We're going to run down to Havasu, see if we can fish the last hour of the Anglers Marine Tournament.
Okay.
No, this is a phenomenal lake. I love this lake. You can go down the bank and you can see the bottom in 30 foot of water and think you are in a desolate desert with no fish on there, and then all of a sudden your line starts moving off. You still can't see a fish down there, and you hook a 4-pound smallmouth out of 4 foot of water. You can count the pebbles on the bottom, but you can't see the fish. It's crazy.
All right, man. Now, 7th place. Few anglers behind you. What are you thinking? You going to be here tomorrow?
No, I'm not going to be here tomorrow.
All right, you want to say anything to anybody at home?
Yeah, thanks to Cell Sticks, just a little bit of breeze and stuff. It was a complete spinning rod tournament for me today, or this week. And that carbon fiber on the handles instead of cork or EVA, you can feel everything. You start to pick up that slack and you feel that little bit of a tick. You just don't even have to check again. Just reel down and set the hook.
All right, man. Well, good job out there. We'll see you at the next one. Dixon, California. Let's bring him up. Mr. Brett Lieber. Come on up here, Brett. Now, you had 1441 yesterday. You had 11 keepers total. You need 1629. You got 5 in there? Then you got a chance with 3. You do not have that 952. Brett, reach in. Hold up a couple of those fish. Show them off to the crowd. Show them off. Let's get some pictures. All right. Went out there, had a day, caught some fish. Needed a few more. Needed a couple bigger ones. Brett, let's talk a little bit about this. How'd you get them? And, thank the people at home that support you and got you here in the first place.
Well, I'd like to tell my boy happy birthday, Carson. And then thank you guys. And I just ran out of time and didn't get enough bites.
Would you get them on?
Yesterday I caught them on spinnerbaits and a drop shot, and today all 3 on a drop shot.
All right, man. Thank you, Brett. We'll see you at the next event. Lake Havasu, Arizona. Let's bring him up, Mr. Roy Hawk. Roy, come on up here, dude. All right, 1891 yesterday. 1175.9 is what you need today. 17 keepers total. You have 537 right there. How many did you have in that bag? 2. He had 2 fish that went 537. Let's take a picture. You want to take a picture? You want to weigh a big fish? That 537, man. We're looking for a 5-pounder. Oh, all right, man. Let's talk about it, and talk about what you're going to do tomorrow. Because I heard you were invited to go fishing somewhere else today.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I think we might be able to get 2 hours in today. So, it was just a tough day for me. I don't know. I had 5 bites today and only executed 2. So that's how it goes sometimes. But got to thank the good Lord when you catch them and when you don't catch them,
All right. Well, thanks to some of those sponsors that got you up here on top of that.
Yeah, definitely Anderson Toyota. I've been with them for quite a few years, and just want to tell them thank you, not just for sponsoring me, but all that they do in our community. They take care of so many different people and so many different organizations, and we just built a relationship with BAM and Anderson Toyota, so a huge thank you to them.
Yeah, we do appreciate that, and we thank them as well. So, you know what? Roy, thank you very much for coming up. Hopefully we'll see you at the next event. Good job, brother. All right, Atascadero is going to send us up Mr. Nick Salvucci. Nick, come on up. Now, you got 16 keepers total. 2075 yesterday. You need 995 in there. You got 5 fish that go. 1604. Good job right there. Hold up a couple of those fish. Wow, look at that thing. All right, Nick, that puts you in 3rd place right now, 36.79. There's a few anglers back there that want to kick you down that way. How you think you're going to be here tomorrow?
I don't think so. I think not used to throwing a spinning rod and trying to land these fish. You can't boat flip them like I can with a bait caster, so I let a few slip through my fingers today.
You want to thank anybody at home that supports you and brings you up here?
Yeah, thank the Goldstein family. They showed out, came out and watched, and say hi to my girlfriend Jordan and my mom watching back home.
All right, man, thank you. And if we don't see you tomorrow, we'll see you at the next event. All right, all the way down from Boise, Idaho, let's bring out Mr. Adam Deacon. Adam, come on up here, man. Now, yesterday you had 2019. You need 1566 today. You got 33 keepers. That's a really good job right there. Adam, that puts you in 2nd keeper-wise. 1427, just a little shy of the weight, but you're sitting pretty good with keepers, man. Is that what you were focusing on? Let's reach in that bag and hold up a couple. You got a big one in there that you want to weigh at all? No. All right. He's going to hold up a couple of these beautiful Mohave bass. They look pretty when you're looking at them in the water, and they look pretty just out of it. There you go. All right, Adam. Little bit different out there. You're coming down here. Now you're up this way. You got 33 keepers. Is that what you were focusing on?
Yeah, so today, I kind of made the decision, because I had 22 keepers yesterday, I'm going to go fishing for numbers, and so that's what I did. So tomorrow's going to kind of be a crapshoot. Excited to go chase big ones if I can make that final day, and yeah, looking forward to it.
Well, right now you're sitting in 2nd place. You look down that list. None of those guys are good enough to beat you, right?
All of those guys are good enough to beat me.
All right, man. Well, I'll tell you what. They want to come up here and try. You think you're going to be tomorrow?
I think I will be. I think the keeper game worked out for me this time, and I'm hoping it's enough to make it.
All right, well then head that way, off the stage, and we will talk to the next angler. And he's coming from Oroville, California, Mr. Alex Klein. Alex, come on up here now. All right, you had 12.53 yesterday. You got 15 keepers total right now. You need 23.32 to make that cut right there. Your keeper-wise, you're a little shy on that too. 14.17, not bad. Reach in there, hold a couple of those fish up. You have a big one in there one way? Nope. All right, he's going to show them off to the crowd, show them off to all the people in the YouTube world out there watching. Those are some beautiful fish, man. They're a little dark. I like that. They've been out suntanning. I think it seems like the thing to do here in Arizona. Now, Alex, that means you're not going to probably make it to tomorrow. You want to thank the people that got you up on this stage today?
Yeah, I just got to thank my family and friends and my new wife, Maddie, at home watching. And I'll hit the road and hopefully be back home by midnight.
All right, man. Thank you for fishing with us, and we'll see you at the next event. Great job out there. All right. Queen Creek, Arizona, Mr. Jamie Reuter. Come on up here, man. Let's weigh some fish. All right, Jamie. You had 21 keepers. You had 1944 yesterday. You need 1641 to turn that scale. 1641s we're looking for. 1437s what we got. Reach into that bag. Hold up a couple of those fish and let's get some pictures. Show them off to everybody in the crowd. Show them off to everybody out there watching right now. All right, beautiful bass, man. Some more smallmouth. This place is kicking out a lot of really good smallmouth. I feel like Mark Pilgrim should be at home here, you know? Right. Used to catching those things. All right, you're going to be a little shy right there. 33.81 is going to keep you right now. It's going to put you, where do we get, I can't find your name, man. I don't know. Yeah, probably not good enough. You want to thank anybody at home right now?
Yeah, I'll first thank my family, my wife. Last time actually I didn't thank my kids, so I need to thank my kids. All the support I get at home makes it worth it to be able to come out here and grind with these guys. So big thank you to my friends and family. So thank you.
You know what? I know you did this, but you probably blame me for not giving you enough time to thank your kids. So we'll just take that. I'll take the hit on that one. All right, man. Head off that way over there. We will see you at the next event. All right, Lakeport, California, they're going to send us their big bass catching machine, Mr. Mark Crutcher. Mark, welcome back up to the stage. You had 15 pounds yesterday, 15 keepers total. You're going to need about 20.85 to see on that scale. You're going to be a little shy with 6.10, and your keepers were 15. I don't think you're going to quite be here tomorrow. You want to hold up a couple of those fish right there. Show them off. He's going to weigh a big fish, and it is a good fish. He went out there, swung for the fences, and that's what he got, one nice fish. Let's see how close that's going to be to 5 pounds. Needs to be 542, and it's going to be 4.30. Good fish. Again, I asked you yesterday, how many Clear Lake bass could you bring with you? And I'll tell you what, I don't think you brought any of them with you, but you want to thank the people that got you up here today?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my family and friends. I got a bunch of people back home watching and rooting for me. So anyway, I kind of zigged when I should have zagged today and got 4 bites and only put 2 in the boat. But hey, it is what it is.
I'll tell you what, the next time you come up here, Mark, make sure you zag, okay? That's all I got to say, man. Thanks for coming up fishing. We'll see you at the Columbia. Okay, all right, Brentwood, California. Let's bring him up, Mr. Tyler Madden. Tyler, come on up here, man. All right, yesterday you had 1928. You got 22 keepers overall. That's good keepers. It's not going to quite keep you on the board, but weight needs 1657. We're looking at 1384. Tyler, it was a good event out there for you, but you didn't quite. And let's see this thing's working now. That's all it takes is batteries, right? Check those things. All right. Now I just got to wait for my weighmaster real quick. We were going to go to commercial, but apparently we're going to trudge on through on this whole deal. Go ahead.
Competitive anglers powered by Mercury ProXS outboards have won more bass fishing tournaments than all other brands combined. With lightning-quick acceleration, legendary reliability, and lightweight design, ProXS has everything you need to travel farther, faster, and harder.
It's the moment when everything is on the line and precision, power, and control make all the difference. A moment over 20 years in the making, anchored on loyalty, trust, and support that goes beyond all expectations. A relentless pursuit of perfection. All born from a revolutionary idea to help you rule the water. Power Pole.
Hey folks, Pro Bass Fisherman Mark Lassane here. My garage was completely cluttered with outdoor gear, but then I discovered StoreQuest Self-Storage. Now, check out my space. It's like my own personal oasis. All my fishing rods, my gear, have a home away from home. With everything neatly organized, I can spend more time doing what I love. Thanks to my StoreQuest unit, I've decluttered my life and made room for adventure.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Bass Boat Technology BAM Trail, brought to you by Tackle Warehouse, and a special thanks to Anderson Toyota and the beautiful Lake Mohave and Catherine Landing. All right, now, sorry for the little delay there. The batteries kind of went out on us. Don't know how, don't know why, don't even care at this point. We're just going to waste some more bass right now. So thanks for tuning back in. Everybody, Ione, California wants to send us an angler named Jason Austin. Come on up here, Jason. All right, man. You had no fish yesterday? I didn't see you on the stage. All right, today you dropped 983 on the stage. You got 4 keepers. You got to have points, man. Let's talk a little bit about it. Hold up a couple of those fish real quick. Let's get some pictures. All right, Jason. Now, talk a little about what you did right there to catch some fish. We're gonna move you over here just a little bit. What happened yesterday?
So yesterday, the last minute right before I was getting ready to come in, one of my buddies called me and asked me. Well, he asked me what I was doing, and I was like, "Dude, I'm getting ready to go weigh in. I just pulled up my trolling motor," and he's like, "Man, I got 20 pounds, and I'm at the mouth of the bowl up there." And I'm not going to make it back. I can't get my boat on pad. So I told him I'd be there. I knew I'd be late. I just made a decision real quick that he's got 20 pounds, he's got a shot, and I didn't know if it was going to go one day or how it was going to play out. So anyways, he had 20 pounds. He got his 20 pounds of the scale, and I got 0. But so today I just went out and caught as many fish as I could catch, and I didn't catch very many. But it's fun. I love this lake. I appreciate BAM for putting on the show, and I appreciate my wife for putting up with me doing this. And thanks for everybody for coming out. Nice little crowd here. So, yeah, that's it.
You know, that's how these anglers are out there on the water. They're not selfish, and they're out there to be professionals. But at the same time, thank you for doing that. You know, you gave up your event for somebody else's. I hope they pay off for you and they get up there in the top 10. But you want to thank anybody else out there. You got sponsors right here. You know, you did a great job out there, and you did some great things, and people can hold their head up high rooting for you.
Oh yeah, I thank all my sponsors and mostly my family. You know, rooting me on, and the text messages, the phone calls, and everything, and my lack of response. But thanks for putting up with it.
All right, Jason. We'll see you at the next event. Thank you very much, man. Great job out there. All right, this man was leading yesterday with 21:49. He's out of Turlock, California. Let's bring him up here, Mr. Christian Ostrander. All right, Christian. Now, you promised me yesterday you were going to come up here with a big smile on your face, happy, jumping around. Nothing? Okay, we're going to get the same Christian right there. His 5 fish go 15.79. That's going to move you up just a little bit. What's your 25 keepers overall? Hold up a couple real quick. Let's get some pictures. Show them off to everybody. All right, Christian, that's going to put you back in first place right now, 37-28. You'll probably be here tomorrow, I'm guessing, yeah?
You know what? I'm not quite sure. I was all pumped up this morning, slid out there, had an idea where I wanted to start, and then saw something else, and then there was boats all over kind of where I wanted to fish. But 4 hours, I'm pumped to have a little 15, so hopefully tomorrow, we'll see.
All right, man. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow, Christian. 37-28. He's got a 3-pound cushion right now, so he's probably going to be here. But we'll see, man. That's a tough weight. That's a tough bag. Spokane Valley, Washington's going to send us Mr. Jake Boomer. Jake, come on up, man. Now you had 1663 yesterday. You got 14 keepers overall. You need 1976 come up on that screen right there. So close. 1764. That's not going to put you on that. Keeper-wise, not going to put you up there. Hold up a couple of those fish right there. You're about 9 shy on the keeper count, and you're 2 pounds shy on the weight side. Now you're going to walk out. Yeah, you're more than likely get a check, Jake. I mean, you know, you didn't make the trip for nothing. You come down here, you're going to get a really nice check. We're giving away $150,000 total. Top 20 all the way up, $50,000 going home. Tell everybody that got you here, you know, a little thanks and everything, and talk about how you did it today.
Actually, first thing, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He's kind of my travel companion. We do a lot of driving, cover a lot of ground, and he's always watching over us. That makes you feel good, especially this is a long trip through a lot of desolate land. Anyways, I know my girls are watching. Thanks for watching. My hat blew off. We only had 4 hours today. My hat blew off. I didn't even spin back around to get it, so that's why I'm wearing the Booney war cap. But it was a good day. Thank you to Limit Out Marine for keeping my boat rolling, because I've taken it all over the country, beat it to death, and every time I come back, they fix it. I'm back out on the water, so thank you, Russ and Debbie Baker, and that's really all I got for today. Thank you, Suzuki. Thank you, Mark Lassane, for doing this, even though I question your sanity.
All right, Jake, thanks very much, and we'll see you up there. All right, Jackson, California. Let's bring out Mr. Earl Dalton III, man. Good to see you again. Now, you had 1180 yesterday. You need 2459 to be on that scale. 2459, 902. You had 11 keepers. You're 12 shy on keepers. Hold up a couple bass real quick. You're 1557 shy on weight. 12 keepers shy. Great job, man. You went out there. You got some good fish. You came down to the desert. You got to play out here in the sun. Tell us a little bit about how it was for you out there, and, you know, thank everybody at home.
Yeah, first thing first, it's my son's 23rd birthday today. Happy birthday to my son, Earl Dalton IV. And, yeah, I just went out there and fished my tail off, really. I just scrambled around. I shook dice all over the place and caught some fish, you know, had a good time. But thank you so much for Hannah Nelson traveling around with me all the time, putting up with me. Thank you to the Jackson Rancheria for putting up with me and letting me come out here and represent and have a good time catching these fish.
You know, that's the, 4th or 5th birthday. It must be cold in December. You know, all right, Earl. You did a great job out there, man. We'll see you at the next event. Good job, buddy. All right, Oakley, California. Let's bring him up. Mr. Nick Cloutier. Nick, come on up here, man. We got some fish to weigh. All right, now yesterday you had 1888. You got 20 keepers total right now. That's 3 shy what you need on keeper side. So you need 1880 on that screen right now. 1385 is what you're going to have. Reach in there, hold up a couple of those fish. Let's get some pictures. All right, great job, Nick. Now, hey, let's go and blame the 4 hours, because I know if you had a little more time, you'd be up there, right?
Yeah.
That's how I thought it would be. You know, if you'd have had another 4 hours, you'd have been out here, no problem, would have made that great. How was the bite out there, and how'd you catch them today?
It was tough. I ran up to, I was assuming, the north end of the lake. That's where I caught my big fish yesterday. And I hooked that big smallie. I had another one that come off. And just with the short window, I had 2 spots I wanted to go to. So I said I'd give myself till 8 o'clock up there. And then see how it pans out. If I really started catching them, I was going to stay, but I wasn't, so I took off to my other spot, and there was quite a few guys over there, so I kind of just weeded around and picked up what I got. But you know, it is what it is. It's with a short day, it's hard to time manage, but I made the best of it. And I mean, I don't think I'm going to fish tomorrow, but hopefully I can get a check and head on home.
That's right. You get a nice check. You want to thank anybody at home right now that got you up here?
I definitely want to give a big shout out to my wife. She's at home battling some stuff right now, so big shout out to her. I love you and the boys, and as soon as this is over, I'm on my way.
All right, buddy. Good job out there. We will see you at the next event. Nick Cloutier. All right. Granite Bay, California. He had the big fish yesterday. Mr. Tony Franceschi. Come on up here, Tony. Now, Tony, did you go out there and top that 541? I did not. He did not, he says. Well, that's all right. He had 14-16 yesterday. You need that scale to say 22-23. You had 11 keepers. You needed 12 more. Tony, reach in that bag, hold up a couple fish, and let's show them off because we'll have to have a short chat after this one. Beautiful bass. I mean, you went out there and caught some fish. All right, Tony, not going to quite make that cut, man, but you might be in there for a good check. You got a nice 541 down there. You had a good day yesterday. What happened today, and, you know, how'd you catch them all weekend?
Today was a little bit better than yesterday. I made a lot of mistakes this weekend. Had a lot of unfortunate things happen. My power poles on my boat, one of the switches malfunctioned on the way out yesterday, and I was running down the lake with them half deployed, and I had to pull over and disconnect them so I could finish my day out. And then today I had the two biggest fish that bit. One broke off and the other one jumped off. But it's a good time when you're fishing. It's always a blessed day. So I had a great time. I love this lake. This lake's got some big smallmouth in it. I think the last time I was here, I broke my personal best smallmouth, and then that one yesterday is close to it. So. I love this body of water. It's a really neat place, and hopefully we come back.
All right, man. You want to thank anybody that got you up here?
Yeah, I do. I want to shout out to my wife and my kids, Teal, Sienna, Sophia. I'll be home soon. We'll see you. I do want to thank Bass Cat Boat, Mercury Motors, Mercury Outboards, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention P-Line. This is my 33rd season with P-Line, working with P-Line. Longevity with the sponsor is not common these days, and they've treated me like family, and I'll probably be with them as long as I can.
All right, Tony. Great job out there, man. We'll see you up at the Columbia River. All right, have a good one. All the way down from Melba, Idaho, let's bring him up, Mr. Josh Polfer. Josh, come on up here, man. Good to see you. All right, now, you had 1742 yesterday. You got 20 keepers overall. You're just shy on keepers. You need 1897 on that screen. 1330, 1330. Just a little shy. Reach in that bag. Let's hold up a couple fish. Show them off to the crowd. 4 hours is all these guys had to fish. They still went out and put some big weight on the scales, man. 1330 is nothing to sneeze at on a normal basis, man. You know, everybody. Don't forget that these guys did this thing with short time, man. Now, Josh, you were out there. You had pretty good weight today. I mean, you did a good job. You need, what, 1 more hour, half an hour?
Well, I could say 4 hours would have made all the difference in the world. You just have to do what you have to do. Yep. There's nothing we can do about the weather, and Mark had to make the decision with everything going on, and, there's no excuses. So...
Well, I'll tell you what, let's thank some of these, but I do want to say one thing. Mark made no decision. This was all the parks department. Trust me, Mark would have given you the extra 4 hours, no problem. But, we have to follow our rules as well as you guys have to follow your rules. And now, you know what? Thanks to people that got you up here, man, because you didn't do it by yourself.
Yeah, I got to thank all my sponsors. They have really stepped up and helped me be here. Some of them I've been with a long time. Some of them are new, and want to just say thank you. I appreciate everything. My wife for coming down and keeping all the boys in line and cooking for us. And, yeah, looking forward to the next event on the Columbia.
All right, man. We'll see you at the Columbia River. Thank you very much. Josh, great job out there. All right, another local man coming up here right now out of Surprise, Arizona. Conrad Demekis, come on up here and let's weigh some fish, man. Uh-oh, you're looking a little downtrodden, buddy. You need 1902 on that scale. You have 10 keepers, so you're 13 shy of what you need. 1902 is what you're looking for. 618 is what you got. Hold up one or two of those fish right there, and let's show them off. All right, man. He went out there and caught it. You know, at least you got one decent fish right there. You went out. You were in your home state. You were down here fishing. Conrad, let's talk about what happened out there a little bit. You're not going to quite make the cut, so thank everybody at home and everything.
Yeah, got to thank all my sponsors. Thanks to my wife and Copeland for coming out since they drove out. We're going to go back out on the pond here since we're not fishing tomorrow. So, yeah, I just made some bad decisions this week. I figured something out late yesterday. I only had 3 fish at 1 o'clock. Ended up catching 17 in about an hour and a half. Went and pushed that this morning. My 5th cast, I caught that one about 4 something and just kept running that and just it never came to fruition. So we'll see at the Columbia.
Well, I'll tell you what, that has to make you feel, you know, you get that right off the bat, boom, I nailed that fish, and then it just didn't pan out after that. But, man, you did a great job out there. We'll see you at the Columbia. Conrad, thank you very much. Hello, everybody. All right, our next angler coming out of Templeton, California. Let's bring him up, Mr. Austin. Bonjour. All right, Austin, you had 18-14 yesterday. You need 18-25 on that scale. You're 1 keeper shy at 22 of what you needed. Oh, he's so close. 17-58, man. You looks like you'll probably get a decent check out of this whole thing, though. Reach in that bag, hold up some fish. Let's show them off to the crowd. Show them off to all the people watching. Good fish, man. Austin, you put a heck of a move on. You almost made that cut. You're just going to be a little shy, but hey, you know what? You got a bunch of sponsors right here to help you get up here. I know you got your family that came up, did all this stuff. Tell everybody a little thanks and talk about how you did it today.
Yeah, so I want to thank all my sponsors, Tap Truck and Auto. Garrett's probably watching at home right now, so I appreciate you, dude. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here because this stuff's expensive, and I have 2 little expensive girls right there that everybody with kids knows how expensive they are. So all the help on my jersey, I really appreciate all you guys, Jim, Tina, Graham, AFCO, all the people that helped me out. And then obviously my wife right there. Usually I have to say hi to her in the camera, but she's here this time. So this is awesome. I blew up my outboard yesterday, so I borrowed a boat from my buddy Pat. So he's fishing at Havasu, but if he rewatches this, thank you, Pat. You're the man. You guys, it's awesome. See you guys at the Columbia.
All right, Austin, we'll see you at the Columbia. Thank you very much. All right, Angels Camp, California is going to send us up Mr. Hayden Lee. Hayden, welcome back up onto the stage. You had 10 keepers overall, which puts you about 13 shy of what you needed. You need 21-27 on that scale. You're going to have 11-19. Reach into that bag, hold up a couple of those fish, show them off to the crowd. Everybody watching back at home. It may not be what he wanted, but he went out there and caught a couple really nice fish for sure. Look at those fish, man. Great job out there. Hamstring by time a little bit, but you know what? Hayden, let's talk a little bit about, give some thanks to the people that got you up here on here. And, you know, tell about everybody how you did it out there.
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank my friends and my family. I know they're watching. My grandparents especially, they support me a lot. I wouldn't be able to do it without them. It was tough. I kind of got stuck largemouth fishing yesterday, and it worked. I didn't think people were going to be bringing in 20-pound bags every other bag. So, and it kind of put me in a hole today. I didn't really figure out how to get on the smallmouth and with the short day and stuff. Next time, hopefully we come back. I think I can get back on them.
Well, you know, Mark said it was only going to take 14 pounds, so you can blame him right there.
Yeah.
All right, Hayden, thank you very much. We'll see you at the Columbia, man. All right, Folsom, California is going to send us up our champion, Mr. Luke Johns. Come on up here, Luke. All right, now you had 17.57 yesterday. You need 18.82 on that scale. You have only 15 keepers, which means you're about 8 shy. But you're also a little shy on that, 11.99. Reach into that bag, hold up a couple fish. Let's show them off, get some pictures. This man was our champion on the Delta this year, took home our championship boat, took home a nice check, comes out here looking for $50,000 payouts. Luke, you're a little shy, man. You're not going to quite make championship Sunday. Cut day has gotten you, dude. All right, man. Thank the people at home, and, you know, everybody, you know how to do this thing. You've been up here.
I first got to say thank you to my parents. They drove all the way down here from Folsom, California. It's an 11-hour drive, so that's pretty special to have parents that'll come out and still support you all the way down here. But it was a great time. I really like fishing the desert. Today just didn't go my way. I got to fish cleaner if I want to make the top 10 next time. And I got to say hi to my girlfriend back home. Hi, Mary Lou. And, thank you to all the people that support me and get me here. And thank you to Fisherman's Warehouse, our conservation partner. I work there. And, they let me off for the week to come play around in the desert. So it's a good time. Thank you.
I heard that your parents came down here because that's the best Black Bear diner ever, right?
Yeah.
All right, man. Great job out there, Luke. All right, our next angler coming out of Sun City, Arizona. Let's bring him up, Mr. Dylan Maxon. Dylan, welcome back up to the stage, man. You had 20.97 yesterday. You need 15.42 today. You had 15 keepers, which makes you just a little shy. 20.97 is what we're looking for. 19.19 is what we're going to get. Hold up a couple of those fish, man. You were really close. All right. Great job, man. All right, that puts you 40-16, puts you into first place on the weight side. You're a little shy right now on the keeper side, but were you just going for weight today?
I'm just going for whatever bites. Not getting a lot of them. Yes.
Wait. There was catfish and striper biting, but you caught bass. What was that?
I did catch a big catfish today. I thought it was like an 8-pound smallmouth, but it looked brown. It felt right, and it was actually looked like it might have been on a bed. And, yeah, it was catfish. But it was a fun day. Like I said, I'm not really going for the keeper count or total weight. I'm just going for whatever bites. I thought I was going to catch more fish than I did, but I'm happy they're big.
All right, well, man, that puts you right now in first place. 40-16, that's a nice lead. You got 6 pounds. You have a 6-pound lead, a nice cushion right there. I have a feeling you're going to be here tomorrow, man. Glad to be. Lakeland, are you ready for Dad to be here tomorrow?
You can say it.
Say yes. Say yes.
Yes.
All right, that's what I like to see. All right, man. Well, yeah.
I want to say thank you to Kevin Finley with Signature Gates, RJ Suzuki with Suzuki Law, and Kevin McDonald with D&J Vending. Those 3 guys, I couldn't be here without them.
All right, man. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow. Good luck out there. 4 hours didn't shorten his chances right there. He's sitting with 40-16. That's a great weight. Let's see what our next angler can do out of Vacaville, California. Let's bring him up, Mr. Billy Hines. Billy, you were catching cats yesterday. You were catching stripers yesterday. You need bass. You had 13.36. You need 23.08 on that scale. 13 shy, what you need, 11.43. Hold up a couple of those fish real quick. Little shy on both sides for Billy. He's going to have 24.79 all total. 10 keepers total. Everything's going to be a little shy. That means Billy's not going to quite make tomorrow. But hey, he went out there, swung for the fences, and got what he got in a short time period. Now, Billy, let's talk a little bit about how you did it and thank the people at home that got you here.
Yeah, Gone Fishing Marine, without them, they supplying a boat for me and just really taking care of me. Those guys are on the ball. Anything happens with my boat, they jump in, take care of it. They got a great service crew there, so I want to thank them very much. My wife, all my grandkids. I got 7 grandkids now running around, so can't wait to get home, spend some time with them. Sims, Gamma Line, and Strike King and Lose. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. Catching them, really, really tough. Caught my 5th fish at 10:15. Got 5 yesterday, 5 today. I dumped 1 yesterday, dumped 1 today. It's just the way it went. So.
All right, man. Well, I'll tell you what. The Columbia's up next. We'll see you at that one. All right, Billy. All right, man. Great job out there. Now, all the way down from Meridian, Idaho, Mr. Daryl Okamika. Welcome up, man. All right, you had 16.58 yesterday. You need 19.86 in there today. You're 12 shy on the keeper count. 10.44 for 5, man. Take a couple pictures real quick. Nice largemouth, nice fish out there. How was it out there for you? And, thank the people at home.
5 bites and 4 fish came to the boat. I had one on. There was another good one like that largemouth, but he decided he didn't want to come hang out with me for 4 hours. So just kind of what happens, you don't get them all. My wife, she's number one. She lets me come do this. Everybody that supports me, my boss at work, my basketball boys. I coach a club basketball, and they played this weekend, so I had to have a coach step in for me this weekend to take care of them. Sounds like they got their first win, so they won, I didn't, so it kind of worked out.
All right, man. Well, thank you very much for coming out and fishing. We'll see you at the Columbia. We're on the Colorado. All right. Somewhere over there. Scottsdale, Arizona. He's going to send us Mr. Matt Thomas. Come on up here. All right, Matt. 9-11 yesterday. 4 keepers. You're 21 shy on the keeper count. You need 27-33 up there. You're going to drop 390 on that. You want to hold that one up and show him off real quick? You went out there, you swung to the fences, you got one of the good ones. 390. That's a good solid fish. I'm betting you wanted 4 more at least of those. Right there. You needed a big weight. Thank the people at home right now, the people that got you up here, their sponsors, and tell us a little bit about how you did it out there.
Well, I'll tell you what, I ran that Suzuki law boat all over this lake this week, and let me tell you, I'm a shallow water fisherman. Yesterday I finally found a bite about 12:30 using Senkos and the Daiwa Slim Senko drop shot and wacky rig. Today went to that same spot, 0 wind, you could see 40 feet down. I needed that little bit of a chop just to kind of mix it up a little bit, for me at least. And today I went out and I scoped that one, about 45 feet of water, and that's all she wrote. But again, I'd like to thank all my sponsors: Suzuki Law, Matt's Moving and Storage, A&M Graphics, H&R Carpet, Marine Carpet, and for getting me out on the water. It's off to Havasu next for 6 days.
All right, man. Well, you have fun over there, and we'll see you at the Colorado, or up the Columbia. Yes, sir. All right, man. Have a great one. Thank you very much for fishing with us. All right, our next angler coming out of Oakley, California. Let's bring him up, Mr. Scott Head. Come on up here, Scott. All right, Scott. Now, I'm doing good. How are you doing is the big question. You had 15:03 yesterday. You need 21:41 on the scale for weight. You are 6 shy. You only have 19 keepers. 21:41s we're looking for. 15:21s what you have. Reach into that bag. Hold up a couple fish. Show them off to everybody, and then we'll talk a little bit about it. All right, good job. I mean, those are some good fish right there, man. All right, you went out there. You had a good day. You went fishing. Thank the people at home. You're not going to quite make tomorrow. Going to have to wait for the next event for that $50,000 check, dude. So, talk about who got you here and, how you did it out there.
Man, I had a blast. I've never fished this lake before. I don't think I burned 3 gallons of gas. I went out past the first point right here. I just ran up and down the bank and just started getting to know every rock by name and kind of just started picking it apart and fishing a little bit slower. And I started out top water, lost a big one yesterday morning. Chased that bite for a couple hours, and then I just slowed down because they quit biting it. And basically just threw Senkos all week, or last couple days. And caught a big cruising fish today. It was weird. I just out in the middle of nowhere, just swam by the boat. I fired out there, and I just saw a white flash and stuck the big one. So that was cool. Got lucky on that one. Great place. Like to thank all my sponsors, ProPoint, Roger at ProPoint, 5 Exxons, California Cornhole Association, IROD, the Bass Hole Tackle Shop, Hudson Excavation, Yozuri, Migra Ammunition. Appreciate all you guys. Takes a village. We'll see you at the next one.
Hey, that's why we wear the shirts, man. So we know who we have. All right, thank you for fishing. We'll see you at the next event. All right. Rogue River, Oregon's going to send us up Mr. Colby Pearson. Colby, come on up now. Last year he won 2 of our events back to back. Colby, I bet you wish you could do that this year. But right now you need 1824 on there. You need six more keepers than what you have at 19. What was his weight on there? 1350 today. He's going to be a little bit shy, about 474 shy. All right, man. Talk about a little bit about it. And you know what? Thank the people that get you here.
Yeah, so first thing this morning, I was running way up past Cottonwood, and something started feeling funny. Motor shut down. I thought I spun a hub. I actually threw half my prop off. Trolled over to the bank, started prop wrenching on it. First thing, break my prop wrench. A little while later, Ish came over and checked on me, asked him if he had an extra prop wrench, and he did. So if it wasn't for Ish, I'd be 40 miles up the river on a sand dune somewhere hanging out in the shade probably. So thanks to Ish, I had 2 fish then, ripped down the lake and caught 3 more. So the fact that I got 5, it's like one of the most proud limits I've ever caught. So super glad to be here, first and foremost. Thanks to Wood Brothers Carpet and Flooring, Discount Tackle, Rapala, Crush City, and everybody who supports me, in all these endeavors. It's been a crazy year so far, but hopefully all this issues is out of the way and we're going to go hammer them on the Columbia. I can't wait.
Yep, we got the Columbia up next, and we will see you there, Colby. Great job out there, man. Pasco, Washington's going to send us up Mr. Ty Mantarola. Come on up here, Ty. All right, dude. Now, you had 21-10. 24 keepers. You're one shy on keepers of being up in the top 10. You need 15-34. You have 18-88. Great job out there, man. Right now, that's going to put you in at 39-98. That's going to put you, what, in third place overall? 24 keepers. Beautiful, beautiful spot, smallmouth right there. All right, man. You did a great job out there. You made it right now. You're sitting, what did I just say? You're sitting in third place, 39.98. It's getting less of field over here. What are you feeling for tomorrow?
I just hope we make it. It's going to be real tight. Family, friends, anybody that's reached out to me, sponsors. I'm still alive. I lost my phone in the lake yesterday morning. So, yeah, I'll get back to everybody that's been wishing me luck and stuff as soon as I can, as soon as I get logged back into my stuff. But, yeah, no, had a great week so far. Fishing clean. Feel like I'm making good decisions, and hopefully we go into tomorrow and have another shot at 50 grand. That's all you can really ask for. So,
now, did you have anything in mind today? Were you weight-wise, numbers-wise?
Honestly, what I'm doing, I'm not getting as many bites as some guys, but I'm catching good ones. So I'm just going for as many bites as I can with that process. And I only got 7 bites today. Got 7 bass in the boat. Normally when you fish clean, it's going to work out decent for you. This is probably the cleanest tournament I've ever fished. So hopefully we can carry that momentum into tomorrow if we make it. So
you were second place at Don Pedro. Now you're sitting right here. You're on the verge of making the cut again and being in there. Tomorrow, everything's 0, dude. Numbers don't count. You got to go for weight. You think you got the weight to make something?
I have no idea, man. I didn't catch a single bass on the same places I did yesterday. I'm ripping all over the place, looking around, using my bass boat wired setup, using my electronics, using my U-Call rods, just knowing I got the best equipment, and when I run into them, they're going to come in the boat because I'm using the right stuff. We're going to see what happens. I'll probably fish a bunch of new water again tomorrow if I make it, and we're just going to risk it for the biscuit. I don't want to get second again.
All right, Ty. We hope we see you tomorrow. Head off that way. Good job. All right, Blanchard, Idaho, sent us an angler named Carl Okerman. Oh, Carl, come on up here, man. Let's weigh some bass. All right, Carl. You need 1740 on weight. You had 1940 yesterday. Your keepers are good. You got 29. 1940. Weight-wise, you got 1445. Hold up a couple of those basses. Show them off real quick. Good job, man. Those are good fish. Now, Carl, that's going to put you in 4th place overall right now. How you feeling?
I feel pretty good. This place is on fire right now. I'm just tied to everything that I'm comfortable with, catching smallies and just going fishing.
All right, man. I have a feeling you're going to be here tomorrow. You got a good little cushion right there. You got some nice weight. Keepers, you're at 29. Weight, you're, up there. You should be okay. Yeah, you'll be here tomorrow?
I hope so.
All right, Carl. Well, if not, we'll see you at the Columbia River. I got that right this time. All right, man. Good job out there. Escondido, California, Mr. Tom Leadham. Come on up here, Tom. All right, Tom. 1404 yesterday, 16 keepers total. You're a little shy on the keeper count. You're about 9 shy. You need 2276 on the scales right there. 1454 is what you're going to have. You're not going to quite make that cut, man. But let's hold up a couple of these beautiful bass. You went out there, worked hard. You got some good fish out of it. All right, take a quick second. Wipe it off on your pants. No one's going to. You need a towel. That's right. All right, man. Thank the people at home that get you up here and let us know what's going on out there.
Yeah, huge shout out to Last Chance Performance Marine, Phoenix Boats, and Mercury Motors. There's no way I could be out here doing that with these guys. We've been together partnering for years and years and years. It's been everything I could ever ask for, really. Fishing was fun. I had a battery misbehave in the troll motor yesterday, so I lost 4 hours of fishing. And you can't give these guys that advantage. You really can't. So I scraped up 14 pounds yesterday and scraped up 14 today, and we'll check this one in the books and then head up to the Columbia River.
All right, man. We'll see you at the Columbia River. Great job out there. We'll see you soon. All right, our next angler coming out of Paso Robles, California. Let's bring him out, Mr. Wyatt DeBusk. Wyatt, Welcome back up to the stage. You had 1476 yesterday. You had 13 keepers over. You're about 12 shy on keepers. You need 2204 on that scale right there. You've got really close to, if it stops, 1146 right now. Wyatt, reach in that bag. Hold up a couple fish. Show those things off. All right, Wyatt, we'll hold those fish up. They look pretty good, man. You needed a few more over the last couple days, but, we're back up here. Now, the nice thing is you come up here, you're not going to quite make the cut. That means you're not going to fish for $50,000. But what we do have for you is I look on that screen, and it says Tackle Warehouse, which means your name was drawn for our Tackle Warehouse $500 gift card just for shopping at Tackle Warehouse, bringing up your receipts. They drop that little card. They drop a little ticket in there for however much they spend, and there's your gift card right there. Wyatt, let's talk a little bit about it. Thank your sponsors at home.
Yeah, I'd like to thank everybody that lets me come out here and do this. And this wasn't a good tournament for me. I've never been down to the desert, and this water is way too clear, and I don't know what to do.
It's just like the Delta, man.
Yeah, real close. But, yeah, I don't know. Excited to get to Columbia where we can catch a whole bunch of fish and just have fun.
All right, man. We will see you up at that event. Thank you for coming out and fishing with us. Good. Congratulations on your gift card. And right now, I'm going to look over here to my right and make that man wait for just a little bit while we go to commercial. And when we come back, we'll have Randy coming up here.
Hey, Northern California bass anglers. Ready to elevate your fishing game? Ford Fairfield partners with Bass Angler Magazine to offer top-notch trucks tailored for your needs. Our simple pricing ensures a fair deal and exceptional service. We live and breathe bass fishing, participating in local tournaments to understand exactly what you need so you never miss a good bite. Visit Ford Fairfield today and let's hit the water together.
The news continues.
Right now, news moves fast, unlike anything we've seen before. So we have to be ready.
Ready to get it to you when it happens and with the smart context you need.
Dish customers can stream us live anytime, anywhere. With the Dish Anywhere app and the Fox News app, we're there.
With real news and real honest opinion, and it's all included in your Dish service, so you don't miss a moment.
With the Dish Anywhere app or the Fox News app, you can watch live breaking news anytime, anywhere.
Hi, this is Josh McMurray. I'm the city manager for the city of Oakley. We're located on the Delta. We have a beautiful shoreline, and we really want to promote the city as the gateway to the Delta and showcase everything that we have to offer. We have a beautiful downtown that's expanding, brand new restaurants. What we're trying to do is build that brand to make sure that people know that you can come to Oakley and you can do everything that you want associated with the Delta, and you can still stay here, eat here, and have a good time in a very family-friendly and safe environment.
Here at Bridgford, we make all of our products with 100% American beef and pork. We source everything exclusively from the United States for our beef jerky, pepperoni, summer sausage, and salami.
We've always focused on having the highest quality products. We do that by investing in new cutting-edge technology while still trying to maintain the old world values that our great-grandfather instilled in us.
Being a family company, we like to think of a lot of our products as being for family occasions and get-togethers. We like to think of our products being made by our family for your family.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Bass Boat Technology BAM Trail, brought to you by Tackle Warehouse, and a special thank you to Anderson Toyota for coming out and supporting us while we're down here in beautiful Arizona at Lake Mohave. It's a pretty good event, man. There's been some weights better than you thought they were going to be, for sure. Way better, yeah. Way better. But we've got some guys out there swinging for keepers as well. And this next gentleman, coming out of Oakdale, California, Randy Pearson, was yesterday's leader in our absolute keeper count, man. You had, 24 yesterday. Today, you padded that lead. You got 35 now. You needed 1678 on the weight side. You had 1598. Not bad weight right there. Reach in that bag. Let's hold him up. He is right now our current keepers leader also. So he's sitting in second overall with keepers. Weight-wise, he's got 36 total, so he's right there. If you were just weight-wise, it'll put you in about 10th place, but you're sitting right now in second because you went with keepers. Now, Randy, let's talk about that a little bit. Were you totally going for keepers, or did you just kind of luck into it?
Today, the start of yesterday, I went for both keepers and weight. And then today, I strictly went for keepers. And once I caught 11, I figured I would be in, hopefully. And I started looking for some new water and didn't really find much. And I kind of went silent for the last hour and a half. Didn't catch a fish the last hour and a half, but you know, the nice thing is tomorrow, if I can make it, zero's out and it's a shootout for 50 grand.
All right, man. Well, with 35 keepers, I have a feeling you're going to be here tomorrow, Randy, so I'll tell you what. We'll see you in the morning, man. Good job.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Mesa, Arizona, I know is not very far from here because Marty Lawrence made that drive. Come on up here, Marty. All right, man. You are 5 shy on keepers. You need 22.29 right on that scale right now to move on to tomorrow. And you're going to drop 11.53. Reach in that bag. Hold up a couple fish real quick. You're not going to quite make that, Marty. It was a great job out there. You swung for the fences. They always say it's really tough to make it on your home water, man. It's one of the hardest things to do is to come to your own water, go out there, and just perform. And I don't know why that is, but it seems to hold true pretty good, man. But thanks, everybody at home and, you know, everything like that. Then you know the drill. You've been up here a bunch.
Yeah. I want to thank everybody that helps us out, and it just wasn't my day, I guess.
What did you do to catch fish this weekend?
I just went for biters. Whatever bit was my plan, and I started doing that and kept doing it. And then today I should have had another 15 keepers, but I couldn't get them pinned. So got my butt kicked.
You know, it's funny. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. There's only one trip so far that your wife hasn't made it on, and it's the one that she's 20 minutes down the road from. She's not here anywhere.
She's a couple hours away.
Right? I mean, it's just a little crazy right there. But, hey, you always got a good support back at home. And you know what? We'll see you at the Columbia. All right, buddy. See you up there. All right, Auburn, California is going to send us up Mr. Ryan Hall. Ryan, come on up here, man. Now, you had 17 keepers, which means you're about 13 shy what you need keeper-wise. 14.05 yesterday. Total, you need 23 pounds on that scale right there if you're going to move on. It says 12.38. 12.38, give me a little shy. Hold up a couple fish. Let's get some pictures. 26.18 overall. 13 keepers shy with 17 total. Ryan, which means you're probably not going to make tomorrow. Might be there for a check. I guess you can hold out for that. Maybe we'll see. You're a little low right there, but, you know, tell us about how you did it and thank everybody at home.
Yeah, first and foremost, thank you to all my sponsors. You know, PK Tire Pros, I rolled like 1,400 or 1,500 miles this week to get here, and I got to do it again to go back. So big thanks to them. Loyalty Pond, they've been great to me. All the other sponsors. My Bioenno batteries, they ran flawlessly all week. I had my trolling motor, the Ultrex Quest, on at least 5 the entire day, trying to find them on the forward-facing sonar. So, but other than that, yesterday I had decent keeper count and caught them all less than 15 foot. Today I kind of went back to the same in similar areas. They were nowhere to be found, so at 8 o'clock I had to abandon ship and I found a new pattern and was lucky to get a limit.
All right, man. We'll see you at the Columbia. All right, man. Great job out there, Ryan. All right. I don't like seeing that. I already told you this, but Phoenix, Arizona, let's bring him up, Mr. Cameron Carver. Cameron, you had 1078 yesterday. You had 11 keepers overall. You're 19 short on the keeper count. You need 2602 on that scale. Your face, that thing right there says you don't have a lot of confidence in that scale saying 26. Let's see. It's going to say 15. Oh, look, they already gave you that weight right there. I don't even know what that is. 15 pounds up on there. Now, you're a little shy. That means you're not going to make the cut. Hold up that fish real quick. Let's get a picture. This is what he's going to need right there. Right? He's got one in there that's like 18 pounds, and Mark won't let him show it off. All right, he needs one to be 541. It's going to be 449. A little shy, but he wants to hold the big one up, right? That's a true angler right there. No, I want to show off the big one I caught. I will hold that. All right, now, for those of you that don't know, if you don't watch the show, if you don't show up, Cameron has a story with this thing, and I'd love to hear it. So here you go. You know what? Take the mic.
Okay, so Owens Corning Fiberglass is one of my sponsors. They do a lot to keep me on the road, and their logo or their mascot is the Pink Panther, which is, everybody household name is what it is. So at every event, I bring a Pink Panther and I give it away to one lucky kid that's in the crowd. And yeah, I know. Like normally there's a bunch to choose from, but I see. Yeah, you with your hand up. Would you come up here?
That's Lincoln right there.
All right. Come on up.
There you go. Take her.
Look at these cuties.
Right? You got to go on stage to get this.
Yeah, awesome.
There it is.
Thank you.
All right, Lincoln Maxon, good job right there.
Smile and wave.
Say hi, Mom. All right.
All right, so I want to say thanks, obviously, to Owens Corning Fiberglass, MacArthur Building Materials, KMI Dynamic Fabrication, and to the folks at home, to Ann and Wiley, who are probably watching right now. Happy to see me. I've got another event after this, so it's going to be a minute before I make it to the house. Yeah. So I had a pretty good, decent day today. For given the shortening from the wind. Yesterday I swung for the fences early and put myself at a deficit that was I was unable to overcome. And so here I am giving away the Panther on day 2, which is always not ideal, but I'm happy to be here at Mohave. It's a beautiful place. It's still not hot out here, and it's great. I know you guys that come from the North Country don't feel the same way about this, but this is just one of our regular cool spring days.
Nice. All right, Crammon, thank you very much for coming up. Yep. Thank you for doing that up here on the stage as always. Yep. I do hate to see it on cut day, but you know what? Yep. Head that way and we'll see you on the Columbia. All right, Valley Springs, California, let's bring him up, Mr. Jake Arbuckle. That's right, they came out, they got loud. You brought your entire crew with you, man. Great to see. All right, 18-14 yesterday, 13 keepers, which means you're about 17 shy on keepers. 18-66 is what we need to see on that scale. It's got to go up a little bit more. 17-11, man. It's going to keep you just a little bit down. All right, man. There we go. Hold up a couple of those beautiful bass right there. There are some beautiful smallmouth in this lake. I got to give it to that, man. Now, Jake, that's going to put you just a little bit shy. I don't think you're going to quite make the cut. You might be there for a good check, though, so you might want to hang out. Talk to us a little bit about how you did it, and thank all the people at home, man.
Yeah, I want to appreciate everybody coming out. Both days I spent, I've never been here, so I spent a lot of time just running around. I pointed my boat north, went about 35 miles yesterday, and figured out a little something. Threw a 3.3 Kitech, caught every fish that I weighed. Caught a couple scorables, on a Cinco, but 3.3 Kitechs on every fish that I weighed this week. Absolutely beautiful place down here. I love coming down to the desert this time of year. Starting to get a little too warm for us, but no, it's absolutely gorgeous. I appreciate everything that you guys have done putting this event on, and we'll see you at the Columbia, ready to go.
All right, man. Great job out there, Jake. We'll see you at the next event, sir. All right, Roseville, California is going to send us up Mr. Bryant Smith. Bryant, come on up here now. 2092. You need 1588 on that. You got 30 keepers total. Says 30 keepers is going to get you in right now. You needed 1588. You dropped 2052 on the scale, man. Great job right there. Hold up a couple of those big old bass. That puts him overall right now. That is our new leader at this event, with 41-44 total. 30 keepers. You know what that means, Bryant? That you don't get that much time on the mic, man, because you're going to be here tomorrow, so that's a good thing right there. You're still in the running for $50,000, dude. Say hi and then get off my stage real quick.
Hi.
See you, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, man, that means you will be seeing him. Green Acres, Washington, Mr. Sean Minderman. Come on up here, Sean. All right, buddy. Good to see you. Welcome back up. 1645. 18 keepers total. You're about 7 shy on the keeper, so you need that to say 2077. It's going to tell you 1561. Hold up a couple of those bass. Show them off right there. You're going to be just a little bit shy. 3206 overall. Not going to quite be there. And your keepers are 18, so you're not quite on that side. So that means your ride starts early. All right, man. Great job out there, though. You caught some good fish. You had a good day on the water. Couple days. It was shortened. But you know what? It was shortened for everybody, right? So you know what? Tell everybody at home, a little bit of thanks and talk about what you did out there.
Yeah, I had a great time here. I've never been on this lake, so I did a lot of exploring. Went up to the Cottonwood area yesterday for smallmouth and caught a few, and then went to the back of the bay, and the largemouth were biting for me, so I stayed with that. I think they're a little smaller than the smallmouth out here, but caught a lot of fish, had a great time. Mainly Cincos in the backs of the bays around the tule patches. Like to thank Three Rivers Tackle, awesome online store. They do a great job there. And Costa Sunglasses, the brown lens with the green mirror is the way to go here right now. You can see real deep with those glasses. Excellent product. Ranger Boats, Mercury, and like to say hi to my wife back home. Thank you.
All right, Sean, great job out there, man. You did a good job in the water. We'll see you at the next event. All right, Fraser Park, California. Let's send him up. Mr. Dalen Smith. Come on up here, Dalen. All right, man. There it is, a little bit of that. Now, you had 1703 yesterday. You need that thing to say 2019 because your keepers were just a little shy. 2019, 1880 means you're going to be a little bit shy. Hold that thing up right there. Let's hold up a couple fish. He's got some good ones in there, though. 1880 is not a bad day when you're only doing 4 hours, man. Man, you are just a little shy. But you know what? A little shy on cut day is not the day to be a little shy, man. All right, let's talk a little bit about how you did out there and give some thanks to everybody at home.
All right, so yesterday we wasted a lot of time in the morning. I had an area that I thought was going to pan out, and it just was not panning out. The fish had vacated, so we went and scrambled, and it took us a little while to get on them and wasted about half the day. So that's where I stumbled. Today we came back and caught them pretty good. I just want to thank all my support, my dad for coming out and helping out, and then my girlfriend for coming out and supporting as well. Stealth Sticks rods, caught them all on the Skinny Pete this week, scoping and throwing the drop shot at them. Liquid Molly, kept my engine running strong all week. I made a long run yesterday and ran it hard today, just trying to find some bass, and yeah, thank you guys.
All right, man, great job out there. We'll see you at the next event. Good job. All right, Woodland, Washington. He came all the way down. Mr. Cameron Black, come on up a few more steps, man. 1453 yesterday. That means you need 2269 on there. Your keeper counts at 19, which means you're about 16 shy. 1453 yesterday goes with 1317 today, which means you're just a little shy. Reach in that bag right there. Hold them up, and let's show some fish off. All right, man, great fish. 13-17, nothing to be ashamed of out there. It's 4 days, it's 4 hours, a little short right there. Tell everybody at home a little thanks, and you know what? How'd you do it?
Well, chased my tail a little bit yesterday. First time here at the lake, first time in Arizona. So, I mean, it's hot, but this water's so clear. I've never fished anything like it, so it was a pretty incredible time. Learned a lot, but, with this field, you can't miss half a day of fishing. So, tried to chase keepers today and did make it. I want to thank Akuma Fishing, my boys at Fish USA, my Addicted Fishing family, and, of course, my wife and kids at home. So I'm looking forward to the Columbia River.
All right, man. Well, we will see you up there in just a few short weeks, man. Thank you very much. All right, Auburn, California is going to send us up Mr. Bill O'Shin. Bill, you had six keepers. You had 772 yesterday. It means you need a big weight, man. That bag didn't look like a big weight. 535 today. You want to hold those things up? You want to put them in the bag over there. Mark, he said, please take him over there and off this stage. He doesn't want to talk about that part yet. But let's talk about the people that support you and how you did out there.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about the fishing. It was just not my game this week. I thought I would be smart and go flip for them, and it just didn't work out. All I caught was little green ones. But what I do want to do is I want to thank my sponsors and mention a a group of guys called Vets for Hunting and Fishing that I support, or that are supporting me and I'm helping them out. And what they're doing is they're getting veterans out in the woods and in the outdoors and taking them on fishing trips. And what I've done is I've partnered with them, and I'm donating 3 fishing trips. So for anybody out there, go to vets4outdoors.org and make a charitable donation, and you'll get entered in the drawing for those fishing trips. And I promise we'll do better than I did here. I guarantee you that. So anyway, other than that, I want to thank Skeeter Boats, Yamaha, CNC Marine, Corwin Ford. Those guys are amazing up in Reno. If you're looking for a new truck, you need to definitely look them up. And other than that, I'm super excited to get to the Columbia River.
All right, Bill, don't say that too loud, because there's a guy over there that always wants to go fishing who's also a vet right there, man. Great organization. Thank you very much, and we will see you up there, buddy. All right, Stockton, California, Mr. Robert Reel. Come on up here, Robert. All right, Robert, you had 1436. You need 2286 for weight. Keepers, you're just a little shy. It says to here that you're about 2 shy on keepers, man. You had 23 overall. You need that scale to say 2286, but it's going to tell you 1469. Reach into that bag. Hold up a couple fish. Show them off to the crowd. All the people watching. You can weigh a big one if you want. You got one over 541? I don't think so. That's a nice bass right there. All right, he's going to weigh that big fish. It needs to be 542. It's going to be, right close, 507. But it's a great fish to take a picture with, man. Hold that thing up. Show him off right there. And our cameraman, Robert, is going to do his job right here and get some good pictures. Great job, man. Good fishing out there. Now, that means that, Robert, when I look at this side over here, I don't see your name on it, man, which means that you got a long drive home. That's okay, right? That's what you come out here for, to go fishing. Now, it didn't work out for you, but talk to the people, that get you out here and, give some love to everything and tell us how you did it.
Thank you. First, I want to thank Heather. Everybody's seen her out here asking to take their picture and videos. She travels with me. I love her. Thank you very much. Battalion 1 Fire Protection, Valorware, a couple of my sponsors, making it possible for me to be out here. This lake, I've never seen it before the tournament. And fishing-wise, I actually am very pleased with how I have come out on this tournament. Caught a lot of fish, doing it my way. Mark got to experience that, bed fishing and skipping in 8-10 inches of water, catching fish, and just had a lot of fun. Hopefully, I'm not in too much of a rush, and I think I'll come watch you guys again tomorrow.
All right, well, you only have to be here for 4 hours tomorrow, man, but thank you very much, and if not, then we'll see you at the next event. Great job out there. All right, Discovery Bay, California. Let's bring him up, Mr. Steve Hoover. Come on up here, Steve. All right, Steve. 1838 yesterday. You're about 11 keepers shy. It says you need 1884 on that thing right there, and it says 735. Reach in that bag, hold up a couple of those fish to get some pictures. That's right. Told himself all day, I need to have 2 so I can have 1 in each hand when I hold them up for pictures. And he did that. Look at that right there. Steve, great job. It is not an easy thing to go out there and catch fish and all of this with a short time period. You've got a body of water down here that you've never seen before, and it's not easy. That's clear water out there. They were talking Costa Sunglasses doing a great job of seeing them. I don't have to wear mine to look down in that water and see 30 feet. So talk about that a little bit, and then thank everybody at home.
No, it's an awesome place. I've obviously coming from the Delta, to see water this clear is pretty unbelievable. And yesterday I actually had a pretty good bag, and I fished really poorly. I lost a couple nice fish. Well, then today I figured I'd double down on that and fish even worse. And I think I had 7 fish hooked today, and I brought 2 to the scales. So when you fish against a group of guys like the guys that are here, if you don't fish clean, you have 0 chance. So that's it.
This is true, man. You went out there. You gave it a heck of a ride, Steve. We will see you at the next event. Thank you very much. All right, Lake Elsinore, California. Let's bring him up here, Mr. William Ponting. William, welcome back up on the stage, man. You had 1572 yesterday. You need 2150 right there on that scale. 2150, a little bit shy. 1094 is going to move you up, but not quite far enough. He's not. You had minus 12 keepers, man. You only had 14 out there. Did you go out today thinking about anything else other than keepers and weight, or what did you decide to pick?
I just went fishing, caught them. I kept losing them. Can't lose them at this level, and that's what happened. Whole story. Just lost too many fish. Say hi to my grandson Rudy and Claire. See you guys again. Bye.
All right, William. Have a good done. We'll see you at the next event, buddy. All right, Oakley, California, going to send out Mr. Bo Jodry. Come on up here, Bo. Now you need 18-14, Bo, in weight. You're 6 keepers shy. 1908, you had 20 total keepers. You need 18-14. Oh, you had the 14. 15-14, 3-pound shy. Take out a couple of those fish. Hold them up and get some pictures. $34.22 total right there. You're 3 pounds shy. You're 6 keepers shy. Bo, you're gonna be able to leave a little early if you want to go home. If you want to stick around and watch everybody fish and stand out here in the crowd, we'd love to see you out here tomorrow. But man, tell the people at home, that get you up here and talk about your fishing day.
Well, I want to thank my wife for coming here with me, helping out. It's a big help having her here. My friends and family back home watching, I love you guys. Thanks to all my sponsors. Couldn't do it without you. Today's fishing was kind of slow, and I had to just mix it up a little bit and move around a lot. And I just would pick one up here, one up there. Kind of slow for me.
All right, Bo, I'll tell you what. Columbia River's waiting for you, buddy. We'll see you up there. Good job. All right, Paso Robles, California. Let's bring him up, Mr. Dan Frazier. Dan, come on up here, buddy. You made it all the way up the stairs. Congratulations on that. It was more graceful today. Now, 1808 yesterday. You need 1914 on that scale. You're going to be really close. 1625. Good weight. Reach in that bag. Hold those things up. Let's get some pictures. You're 1 keeper shy from making it right now in the top 10. Can I have a fish over there, please? Sure. I don't know. All right, Dan. Great job, man. You went out there. You went fishing. Now, your name's at the bottom of the scale right now, and it says you're in 10th. 25 is what it says for keepers. That puts you right there in 10th, and that's what you're holding on to as keepers because your weight's not quite there. But did you go out after one today? Weight keepers?
You know what? I had such a good time yesterday, and I kind of figured it out yesterday kind of late. So I just did that. I didn't go over 2 miles from here and caught 15 keepers or 16. I don't know what it was, but I mean, had a good time. And I want to take the time. The staff has been amazing here. I mean, I've done this, like I said, a long time. A lot of tournament organizations, and everybody's really nice. I mean, the anglers. I'm the oldest guy in the world here. And the young guys are nice to me. The old guys like Greg are nice to me.
Wow,
I mean,
called Greg old. I like him.
Yeah, well, he was the old guy. I took that over for him. But anyway, I had a really good time. I caught most of my fish on a drop shot and a Nico. Saw a lot of bedfish. Passed those by because I was looking for bigger ones yesterday. And it just worked out. It was fun. I had a great time. I want to thank my sponsors, especially my kids and family. Woo! I love my kids. But anyway, JPB tackle, P-line, just whatever. It's all good. Thank you.
All right, man. We got our next event coming up, and we'll see you at it, buddy. All right. Now, currently, that puts him in 10th. But that's not the bubble to be on, not on cut day. I've got another angler over here. He's out of Red Bluff, California, and apparently he used to be the old guy. Let's bring him up here, Mr. Greg Gutierrez. Greg, welcome up to the stage. Apparently you just got younger, man. I like that. All right, he's 1632 yesterday. You need 2090 on the scale. You're 8 shy of making it. 14-16, not quite there. You just won at Don Pedro. You come down here to the desert and you can't pull it off, Greg. Can't pull it off. Darn frenzy nails, I tell you. All right, Greg, you know the routine. Let's talk about it.
I am just, I've been whining ever since I got to the tank. The guys next to me are just probably tired of it, but I should have had 20 pounds each day, and they just got off, man. The smallies here are just frisky. I mean, I'd hook a fish, and these things are coming up 6 foot out of the water. No, it was 6 foot, 6 foot out of the. No, it's an amazing fishery. I love the fish in here. It's really cool. It's just, weather obviously is one of those things that we got to watch for. But yeah, just had a great time just fishing and catching fish. I really do like it here. Definitely got to say some thanks. Bass Cat Boats, obviously one of BAM's sponsor boat. Mercury Marine, Power Pole, Lowrance, Bioenno batteries. I got my rods, iRod, 7 reels, Gamma fishing line, fins braid, and Frenzy Baits. What is this? What is it? Talk to me. IT Unlimited out of Sacramento, and Costa. Man, what a great group of people that support me, and I really appreciate that. Also, I'd like to say thanks to my mother-in-law for watching my dog this week. That's about it.
All right, Greg. Great job out there. We'll see you at the Columbia, man. Good job out there. All right, Alameda, California is going to send us up Mr. Zach Thompson. Zach, come on up here, dude. Now, 15-10 yesterday. 19 keepers is not going to quite be there. You need 22-12 on that scale right there. It's going to be 14-30. Hold up a couple of those fish. Let's get some pictures, and then we'll talk a little bit about how Zach Thompson did it this weekend. All right, great job out there. Those are brown fish, and that's not something you normally go out there. Oh, there's a green one there. Okay. I can only see from one side, so you're good. But I'll tell you what, Zach, it's not flipping, it's not punching. It is some clear water out there. It's not the Delta, man. Talk a little bit about what you did out there, and thank the sponsors, dude.
Yeah, so I've been here once before and showed up expecting to catch a lot of bedfish and started out the morning throwing chatterbaits, of all things, and caught a bunch of fish yesterday in the morning. Went looking for bedfish, didn't find any, went back to throwing a chatterbait. I pretty much weighed all my fish this week on a chatterbait in like 2 feet or less. Caught a couple flipping, caught a couple bedfish, but it was fun, just didn't quite get it done. Hats off to the guys who figured out how to catch the smallmouth they couldn't see because it was tough, but had a great time. I want to thank Mark, thank the crew, thank you, Ed. I want to say thanks to DCR Propeller. I want to say thanks to St. Croix, 7 Reels, P-Line, Spear Point hooks. I fished really clean this week. Usually when I'm throwing a chatterbait, you lose a few, but this week I lost 1 fish. Just want to say thanks to the guys I'm traveling with, Bo and Nick and Billy. We make it a family when we're out here, so Ashley came. And anyway, I want to say thanks also to my family for watching, and we'll be back. Hopefully the weather will allow us to fish for 3 days, but thanks, Mark, for making us at least get out for part of the day today, so appreciate that. Thanks, everybody.
All right, Zach, thank you very much. We will see you at our next event. One of our really great anglers out there, and he's Montage, California, Mr. Nick Wood. Come on up here, Nick. Let's weigh some bass, buddy. All right, 17:21 yesterday. You need 20:01 on that stage. Your keepers are 15 total. Not going to get you there. You're looking for 20:01, 12:55. Hold up a couple of those bass real quick. Let's get some pictures. He's going to be about 7 pounds and 7.46 shy, and he needed about 11 more keepers, Nick. It was a tough day out there, buddy. It was good, but it was still good fishing. You got Black Bear Diner right there. Man, if you could have won that, you'd have had a free diners at least.
Yeah, I wasn't going through a lot of fish. Most of my fish were, I think I had 11 keepers yesterday, and today it was just, I was getting good or fairly decent quality when I would get bit, but I just couldn't put them. I couldn't put enough in the boat. So it is what it is. The fishery here is awesome. It's different. I'm not used to fishing this clear of water, so that's pretty cool. But I do want to thank my sponsors. So Black Bear Diner, they just joined the BAM tour and stuff. So it's a great. Bruce is a wonderful person, and he supports fishing. And so anybody, if you're looking for somewhere to go out with the family, please check them out. They support the industry, and we appreciate that. But ducket rods, Ranger boats, frenzy nail. I caught everything on a frenzy nail. So it was fun. It was just I wish I could have done a little bit better. We'll see you at the Columbia.
All right, Nick, we'll see you at the Columbia River. Good job out there. Good to see you as always, man. Kelseyville, California is going to send us up. Mr. Daniel Shelton. Come on up here, Daniel. All right, buddy, you had 1642 yesterday. You need 2130 on that scale. You're going to be a little shy. 1233. All the numbers were there. They were just in the wrong order, buddy. All right, so he's going to hold up a couple fish. We're going to get some pictures right here. Great job. All right, man, let's thank the people at home and talk a little bit about what you did.
Well, I want to say hi to everybody watching me at home and family and friends. This is the first time I've ever been to Lake Mohave. What a beautiful lake. The water's so clear. And, you know, I didn't catch a lot of fish. I didn't fish clean. I did hook a lot. I just didn't fish clean. These smallmouth want to jump. I had 4 fish come off yesterday. Would have put me over 20 pounds. And I just really want to thank my sponsors, CMF Baits, Bakersfield Frame and Axle, Jason down there in Bakersfield. He helps me out. Dave at Clear Lake Outdoors. You guys are wonderful and sponsor also. And thank you for everything. And Bam, appreciate it. And I'll see you guys at the Columbia River.
All right, man. Thanks for fishing with us. We'll see you at the Columbia. There's a hard event out there. Selma, California. Let's bring him up. Mr. Craig Gong. Come on up here, Craig. All right, buddy. Good to see you. Now, you had 2002 yesterday. You need 1720 on that scale right there. Oh, dude, put a good move on it. 1251. Hold up a couple of those bass right there. He didn't quite have it with keepers. He only has 10. Didn't quite make it with the weight with 3253 total. Beautiful bass, though, man. I mean, you got some good ones right there. You went out and caught some good fish. 3 fish for 12 pounds. Just one more hour, man, and you'd have had it. You'd have been right there, Craig. Let's talk about it. Thank the people at home and then tell everybody about how you did it.
Yeah, I'd like to thank family at home. Lots of love and support. Girlfriend Paula. I love the lake. Awesome lake. Smallmouth are hard to keep pinned. I didn't need the other hour. I just needed to keep the other 4 pinned. I had 4 just like that. But that's fishing. And we'll hopefully I learned a little something here so I don't have these mistakes at the Columbia. But we'll see you at the next one.
Well, I'll tell you what. On the Columbia, you better learn how to keep smallmouth pinned because there's a bunch of them up there, and they're good ones. All right, man. Great job out there. We will see you at the next event. Now, out of Weiser, Idaho, let's bring him up here, Mr. Jason Hickey. Come on up here, Jason. All right, Jason, you had 1586 yesterday. You need 2136 on that scale right there. You got 5 in there? 1390, man. 1390. Hold up a couple of those fish. Let's show them off. All right, good fish right there. 1 of each. All right, man. Doesn't look good. You might get a check, though. That's a good thing to stick around for. How'd you feel out there today? And thank everybody at home.
You know, I actually started off catching a few fish, and I felt good, and really thought, you know, I had 2 areas that I found yesterday, caught a few fish, felt like there was more fish around, so I felt like I needed to catch 10 fish to get a check today. And first area produced 5 fish. Things are going good, and then absolutely went flat the last 2.5 hours. I never got another bite today. So anyway, it's an amazing place. I never been here before. Didn't get any information. Totally 100% went blind and just kind of settled into the first area that I found some fish and felt like I could at least catch enough keepers, and just didn't work out.
All right, man. Well, the Columbia's waiting for you, and we'll see you up there. Heck yeah. Good job, man. All right. Kalispell, Montana. Jason Crone, come on up here. Let's get some fish waiting. He brings himself a sidekick. Now, 2147. 1625 is what you need. You're a little shy on keepers. 1625 he needed. Yes. And that scale says 1690. That means you're going to make that top 10 right now. Let's see where that puts you. 3787 right now. That's going to put you 7th place overall. She's going to hold that bass up right there. Woo. All right, there's some beautiful bass to hold up right there. Good job. That one's getting on it, too. Everybody said them smallmouth, they're frisky. They got that thing going on. All right, Jason, you want to tell that story a little bit. It looks like right now you're there. And if I look behind me, there's one man right there. I don't think he can push you down enough to get you out of here. So you're going to be here tomorrow, man. Does that feel good?
Yeah, it really does. You know, I mean, I had a bit of a rage fit here about 3 hours ago. You know, the right one got off. It was in my hands, knowing that guaranteed me. So, you know, those emotions go through you. So I about had a, you know, being from Montana, a grizzly bear fit on my boat. But we're all right. Now we can relax and stay here again and get to play one more time. And that big one, she's out there. So there's some more. So we'll see if we can catch up to Bryant.
All right, I'll tell you what. We will see you in the morning. Good job out there. He's sitting in 7th place overall. Now, our next angler out of Oakdale, California. Let's bring him up, Mr. Ish Monroe. Ish, welcome up. And you are the last one, dude. This is it. You need 2187 on that scale. 2187 means you go on. Let's see if it settles down. But it's not settling down where you need it to, buddy. 1694, not going to quite make that cut. Your keepers were down just a little bit. You needed 5 more. Hold up a couple of those bass. Let's get some pictures. And then, Ish, we will talk about it just for a few seconds here. Great job. All right, man. You were 493 short and 5 keepers short. Thank the people at home and tell everybody what went on out there. I'm going to hand this right to you.
Oh, I appreciate it. You didn't give it to me yesterday.
I wasn't going to.
You're mean.
I know.
You let everybody else talk yesterday. You're mean. No, the only person I really want to thank is my wife. I mean, she's awesome. She's here supporting me this week. We're going to go fish Havasu. I really love this lake. I fished here multiple times. The first time I ever fished here, I actually won a boat and made the All-American, which was the long time ago, many moons. The lake's actually changed. The smallmouth have gotten bigger and a lot more of them. Pretty cool fishery. Went out and just went sight fishing pretty much this whole time and throwing a bling spinnerbait from river to sea. And I lost a couple yesterday and lost a couple today. And at first I thought the spinnerbait was going to be the deal because when you catch one, he's got it choked. And then yesterday afternoon, that wind kind of laid down a little bit and they weren't getting it good and trailer hook. And then today, well, we didn't get wind till the afternoon and same thing, trailer hook. And that's just the way it goes. Looking forward to the Columbia River and the Delta. You know, this 2 great fisheries. I want to thank Bam for doing a fantastic job. Mark, it's awesome that you've done this for all the guys out here on the West Coast, and we really appreciate you for that. And so definitely going to support. And like I said, you're going to get more and more anglers that are going to want to fish this deal because it's a really big deal. I mean, $50K first place. There's nothing else that pays just as good or better. And we're talking cash, not a boat, not a truck, straight cash. We love cash. So thanks, Mark, and thank you, Ed, for doing a good job and your whole staff. And time to go home.
That's all right, man. You're just going to have it, so you don't live there. All right. We'll go over there, have a good time. Hope you have a better event, and we'll see you at the next event with ours. All right, man. Great job out there today. And that's it. I look to my right. There is nobody out there. We're going to close these scales off. That means that right now our current leader overall, 41-44 on weight, is Bryant Smith. Randy Pearson brought in the most keepers. He had 35 of them. That's how first and second made it. All the way down, Dylan Maxon with 40-16. Adam Deacon with 33 keepers. Ty Manarola, he brought in weight at 39.98. Carl Okerman, 29 keepers. Jason Crone, 37.87. Aaron Britt's going to make it with 29 keepers. Christian Ostrander, who started in first, dropped down to 9th place, 37.28 overall weight. And Dan Frazier sitting in 10th right now with 25 keepers. Everybody, tomorrow it goes to 0. We're going to put $50,000 in front of them. Send them out on the water and say, come and get it, everybody. All right, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming up and showing up, everybody. See you on Championship Sunday. We're out.
Bass Angler Magazine brings you more. If you want to learn the latest techniques, win your next bass tournament, or simply catch more bass, then Bass Angler Magazine is for you. From California to Florida, finesse to frogging, Bass Angler Magazine is jam-packed with how-to information from the world's best pros. Published every season, Bass Angler Magazine is crammed with fresh new articles designed to help anglers of all levels learn more and catch more bass. Sign up at bassanglermag.com today. Bass Angler is also available at Tackle Warehouse, Bass Pro, Cabela's, or for your mobile device at the Apple Newsstand.
The newest addition to the Basscat STS family is here. Introducing the Caracal STS, showcasing aggressive styling paired with enhanced performance and a continued dedication to raising the bar. Measuring in at 20 feet 2 inches with an ultra-wide 96-inch beam and rated for a 250 to 300 horsepower engine, the Caracal STS boasts agility and speed and is finished with premium features to satisfy any angler. Basscat Boats. Feel the rush.
Randall and I want to talk to you real quick about choosing the right electronics mount for your bass boat.
And we know the quality and effort that Van Foster has put into this company.
So what you get is a custom fitted mount, not some mass produced universal mount for every bass boat out there.
Seat pedestal plugs, tool holders, steering wheel spacers, and battery trays are all made with the same attention to detail that Bass Boat Technologies is known for. Check them out at bassboattech.com. You'll be glad you did.
Tackle Warehouse has been the premier online tackle shop since 2003, with a huge selection of not only the latest and greatest from the biggest brands, but the hard-to-find regional specialties as well. Tackle Warehouse. Click, save, fish.